Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of All Tower of Doom week, I already forgot what week it is. It's some big number. Week 36, day 2. So today, we got Red Tower of Doom. Still finishing that up. Still have a little ways to go actually. So making more progress on that. However, the more important thing is we're finally going to get our second Diamantina. It has been 7 months. It came late August, so it's been a while. But we are finally going to be able to get the second Diamantina. We've gotten past the RNG egg wall that we went super over odds on. But we have finally gotten them all as of today. Might even start with that, just so we can end up getting it. I'm not sure we're going to mess with Diamantina initially, but I want to like unlock it initially just so we have the double. Because it's not going to take that long. Actually, we can literally do it right now. We don't even need to do a battle. We just go in here. Go into Dragonite, boom. We have enough. There it is, the 1000. Just sitting right there. We don't even have to do a battle. But yeah, there we go. Let's go click over to Game, Soulforge. And of course, we also have a faction event. I'm not sure what order we're doing everything in. We might do the Diamantina last. Why am I in this tab? I want troops. Where is it? There it is, the second one. Let's go craft it. And it costs like no resources either other than the Dragonite. Obviously, the Dragonite's a ton. But it only costs 1,000 souls. A legendary costs more souls than that. Like if we go to like Ore, it's like 5,000. And if we go to like a standard mythic, it's like 50,000. Like 20,000 for these, and like 50,000 for like the standard, like always available ones. But for whatever reason, Diamantina is only 1,000. It's kind of weird. But anyways, let's go get it. Let's see. You already own a Diamantina. Are you sure you want to craft another? Yes. Oh, they have a little warning menu for it. However, we are doing it deliberately. But there we go. Should be right there. Double Diamantina. Though we're not going to mess with it quite yet. We're going to get it immediately, but we'll mess with it a little bit later this stream. But there we go. We officially have it. Anyways, there's still a billion other events going on. We got the faction event, which I guess we'll clear through for the loot. And of course, we have the Tower of Doom, which is probably what we'll start with since it is Tower of Doom week. We are currently on floor 16. And there's the list of all of them, at least for our guild. And I need to do a 4 and a 3. I assume I already did both. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So we're still using the good old Centaurg and Zolgoth team for now. Though we could switch to double Diamantina if we wanted to. Yeah, Diamantina video soon, TM. I hope to get it out tomorrow. Should be out almost immediately. Because I already know most of the teams are going to be running for it. As far as showing and everything. I might throw a couple in there. Obviously, the double Diamantina team, it doesn't even have any variants. Like, there's nothing to change on the team. Like, there's no room to change anything on the team. Yeah, hopefully I'll have it out tomorrow. Because we have almost every build built already. We did it, about a month ago? Or, you know, when we ended up getting the single Diamantina. We ended up messing around with all those, and I still have most, if not all, those teams saved. And if not, I can easily just rebuild them real quick. Okay, we'll go for a convert. Get our Zolgoth down. But yeah, glad to finally have that achievement. We'll be messing around with it a little bit. Just want to finish out all the other things we have going on, so we could focus on just it for the rest of the stream once we do get to it. Okay, we're on floor 17, which means room 5, and I'm skipping all the haste. Also, hello everyone, by the way. I didn't even say all the hellos. Hello, Barbara! Hello, Logic Slayer! Hello, Gimli! Hello, Defiant! Hello, Joyful Dragonfly! Hello, Logic Slayer! Hello, Defiant! I just said Defiant. Hello, Jason! Hello, Isabel! Hope you've been feeling well. Hello, Jason! Hello, Logic Slayer! Hello, Stacy! Hello, Jonian! Hello, Draco! Hello, everyone else! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, right off the bat, let's take a yellow. Get a little rope dart in there. Get a little... convert's not worth it. There's not enough value there. Still not enough value. Now it kind of does, but might as well just get more skulls. Which I probably should kill Chegra just in case it goes crazy. Doubtful it would, but it could. Oh, we didn't get full mana there. Hopefully the Cascade will give it to us. Did we get it? Yes. Anyway, Zolgoth, boom, dead. There we go. Perfect. There's our unlock. Just double check that was the only room. Pretty sure it is, other than the haste room, so we shall move forward. I'm always skeptical. The only problem with marking both of them with an H is I always wonder if sometimes someone will mark it incorrectly, where they lowercase h instead of capital H. Because lowercase h we have as haste room, and uppercase H we have as the heroism. And a heroism is a absurdly good must-take room, whereas the other one's pretty optional. So if you ever confuse the two, that would be very unfortunate. Because heroism's one of the best rooms, whereas haste is probably the worst room that is worth taking, if that makes any sense. Like, it's not a horrible room, but of all the rooms worth taking, it's one of the lower value rooms. Though it can be pretty good early on in the game when you don't have as much gems to throw for more battles. They do make up a few extra battles here and there. Just got your first Diamantina today. Nice, we'll be covering a video on that soon. Are you going to show different teams for different situations? Example, dailies, explore. Oh yeah, I want to try to cover almost everything. I want to say it's going to be like 6 to 8 teams, somewhere around there. I'm not sure exactly how many yet. But yeah, we're going to cover it for pretty much everything. Pet battles, Explore 12, Explore 9? Because I think Explore 9... Does anyone remember what's the highest Diamantina can kill up to? Single Diamantina. Is it Explore 8 or 9? I'm pretty sure it's 8. 9 is only situational. I'm pretty sure. I'll need to double check before we do the video. Because I personally don't like running that level Explore, but I do need to know which one it is. I think it's Explore 8. And Explore 9 is super situational if you have like a lot of magic bonus on a given week. Like when we have like the +6 from campaign or something. Anyways, what am I doing here? We need a 4 and a 3. 4, 3, 4, 3. So I'll take this one. I believe Explore 8's the highest you could do consistently. Yeah, there's Explore 8, there's Explore 12. There's pet battles, there's dungeon battles, there's, I'm not going to go over pure color ones, like 6 different pure color ones, because that's very rarely situational, and I feel like in Underworld you'll generally run other options, particularly when you get to the later fights. And obviously Dooms come around, like, barely ever. Like Red Doom right now, you could theoretically be running a Diamantina team, double Diamantina. Just not really worth it compared to other options, because AoE options tend to fall off. That's why we're not using one right now. We're using an insta-kill option. Because the further and deeper you go, the less effective AoE spam will end up getting, compared to insta-kill. We'll show a pretty wide range of it, though. Okay, let's see. 4 and 3. And obviously some early game builds. As it is possible for a newer player to end up getting it if they get really lucky on eggs. It would still require a lot of gems. But there is potential that you would own it like before Zolgoth somehow. Because even though Zolgoth's easier to get than ever, he still takes like a half a year to a year to get. Whereas of course our first Diamantina with super unluckiness took us 6 months. Though that was with getting Dragonite every single day, which the average newer player would not be doing. They'd be lucky if they're even ever buying it because of other things they should be spending gems on. I don't know, I'm not really sure how long it takes a newer player. Because I was not in that situation. I just know that doing gems every single day, if you or doing Dragonite every single day, if you get lucky, it's like 3 months to get one. If you are very unlucky, you'll be in our camp and it'll take like 7 to 9 months to end up getting the single double. So it's a pretty wide range. But of course, the average player probably is not buying the Dragonite every day. So it's hard to really gauge exactly how long it would take. Because if we had to do it just from the free ones, like, for example, the ones from the Dragonite Gnome, which they only added just a couple months ago. But if we had to get it, like, only from Dragonite Gnomes in perfect dungeons, it would probably take, like, 2 years. That's not even an exaggeration, either. I'm pretty sure it would take, like, 2 years if you never bought any Merchant Dragonite nor any of the Daily Dragonite. It would probably take that long. So you would get it without spending any other resources. Let's see, 4 and 3, we already did it. Okay, let's move forward. Hello, Clip-Bomb! Welcome, welcome. I do hope Dragonite has more uses in the future. It feels like a really good currency for them to just add more dragons to, going forward. Not to the RNG eggs, but to, you know, some other system with it. Definitely not RNG eggs. But if they added some kind of other system where, you know, you could eventually spend Dragonite to get, like, another Dragon Mythic or a few other Dragon Mythics, that'd be pretty cool. Not sure if they're going to do that. But they could. Alright, this thing needs to die. Oh, wait, I don't have any mana. What happened to my mana? We had, like, a bunch of mana, and then we had none. There we go. Now we have mana again. I'm just gonna rope dart it. Let's see, we have a 30% chance this will kill. It did not die. Now we have a 10% chance. You know, I'm just gonna take it with a skull. That should be enough. Oh no! I forgot we're not using triple damage burning. I was like, oh, we're definitely gonna overkill that. I forgot. We only have enraged poke. We don't have triple damage burning. Actually, what hero class am I using right now? I actually don't even know. I assume something for mana accumulation. Okay, we're on 19. Oh, hey, there's the heroism. Now that's the H we have to take. Oh, double heroism coming up. Wait. Oh, that is so convenient. There's a heroism on floor 25 and a fireball. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's really funny. So normally, you would fireball something on the final floor if there was anything useful, and then just heroism out because you don't need the unlock. But yeah, we could fireball the fireball and then fireball the heroism and then use that to finish it out. Which means we'll use this heroism on 24. But first I have to take the legendary, which hopefully we'll have a spare fireball for. That means for once, our final battle might actually be floor 23. Normally it's floor 24 because then you heroism 25. But we're going to have two heroisms, one from the floor we're about to do, and then one from 25 itself, which I don't think I've ever seen both a fireball and heroism on the same final floor like that. It's kind of funny. Anyways, we're on 19, so definitely take 3. Super high priority. Let's see. Let me get that 3 right off the bat. Fortunately, we won't be able to do that till tomorrow, most likely. However, not going to be that big a deal. Actually, I'm pretty sure the guild already has all the loot in by now. We'll get it down about Wednesday, which honestly is still quicker than the average event. It's kind of weird because Tower of Doom is still among one of the quicker events in the game. As far as time to complete. Assuming your guild scouts well. If you don't do scouting, then yes, it's quite a bit of a longer event. But with scouting, putting that into consideration, it is relatively quick. Even if you have to scout some for your own guild, it's still relatively quick compared to the average event. And if it's already pre-scouted, it's super, super quick. Let's see, just got your first Diamantina today? Nice, congrats. Oh wait, never mind, I already read the other thing. But yeah, we'll be covering a bunch of teams for it over everything. And hopefully I'll have it out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely by Thursday. Sometime in the very soon TM category. Anyways. Let's take the blue over for now. You know what? Can we just get a poke, please? Please, poke. Anywheres? Not him. There we go. Not sure why I didn't take it, but I'll take it. You're not going to. Heroism, gosh, it feels so good. And we have 2 fireballs stacked up, too. Which isn't a huge amount of unlocks, but that's a good number. That's a good portion. We have a 4 and a 5. So we just take a line over here. Unless we get a Valraven in there. Okay, I think we have 5 battles left. We'll probably get a Valraven somewhere in one of these 3. And then we'll be out of sigils. But then tomorrow, I think we should be able to clean out the rest of them by that point. Alright, so we do that. We go for the big convert. We get 1 billion manas. Fortunately, 1 billion manas is not enough to max. We'll get rid of the other annoying thing. I do not have a good convert here, so I'm just going to wipe the whole board and hope it works out. And it kind of did. We'll now kill something else that's kind of a threat. He'll do a thing. We'll get max mana. I'm actually going to Rope Dart first just because he's in kill range already. Might as well. And then that should be match. There we go. Hello, Insane Gamer! Welcome, welcome. Alright, there's our lucky scroll, and I think we need a 5. Let me just double check. Yep. 5 is for the unlock. And we should be getting Valraven either here or the next fight. And that should be the last Valraven we get today. Alright, hopefully we get on the next one. Otherwise, we have run out. Alright, we'll go for a convert. See if we can get anything there. Not a lot, but a little bit there. We'll throw Rope Dart. We'll throw it in there. Go to purple. Do we even have anything? Actually, let me take the blue. So I can take the other blue. Did we just get a wild card on a wild card? Wait, what was that from? Do you have 25% chance to create a 2x wild card when matching 4 more gems? I almost completely forgot that's even a mechanic on him. I kind of forgot. Because he does it so infrequently that you don't depend on it ever. So I kind of forget it's even part of his mechanic. The fact that he occasionally creates wild cards. Because it's so rare. But yeah, he does indeed create wild cards. Obviously his ability does, but I mean his extra turns also create wild cards. Obviously his ability does. But I keep forgetting that his extra turn potential also can ever so occasionally. At a 25% rate per extra turn. And of course that's only board extra turns. Casting Rope Dart does not trigger it. Unless it cascades into an extra turn. Okay, so we did all those. So now we just take the room. Unless we want to take the haste. Actually, all of them are viable rooms that time around. We'll go forward here. Hey, there's the Valraven we were talking about. And this should be the last one we get for today. Means we have 2 more fights. I'm taking the Valraven out first just to make sure it goes down. Just in case any shenanigans are going to occur. We do have extra turns, so that should be full Zolgoth. We're then going to Zolgoth. I was going to say the Doom, but I forgot. Yeah, we can't do that, can we? Maybe I should have committed all in on Valraven. Oh, we got the Devourer on something that was actually important. Nice. Okay, you know what we could do now? We could Rope Dart him, so we could then Zolgoth you, and then boom, dead. Okay, we did not get enough skulls, but boom, dead. There we go. Turn delay. But it does come through. Okay, 2 more battles. Alright, let's see. What do we have? Floor 20. Floor 20 is a 3 and a 5. Another Fireball? Nice. We'll have 3 Fireballs, 2 Heroisms. It's rare that we actually get 2 Heroisms within the end, or but before we hit 25. It's very rare that you end up getting 2 of them. Because sometimes you can actually get 0. It's pretty RNG based. And I don't think every single guild gets the same number of them. Like one guild 1 week gets 0, and that same week some other guild could get like 3 of them before 25. Anyways, we have 3 and a 5. So we'll take 3 first, then take 5, and it's probably the end of the line because I highly doubt we could take much beyond that. So both the bottom 2 here. But I believe tomorrow, with all the Fireballs and Heroisms, we should be able to just clear everything out. Because we'll be able to Heroism 24, we'll be able to Heroism 25 with the Heroism that's already on floor 25. And we'll be good to go from there. Okay, we did not get enough mana, so we'll take that. He still does not have enough mana. So I'm just going to use our turn to Empower. And hopefully we have alignment somewhere, because I'm not even going to check. Just going to make the assumption that it's close enough somewheres. That it should do something. Ooh, another Lucky Devourer. Getting decently lucky with those. Wow! Well, that was 30% chance. That one was less lucky, but gosh. He just double devoured. And just to double check, yes, it is indeed floor 5 here, or battle 5. And it should be the end of the line, because I highly doubt we get a Valraven here. And yeah, no Valraven. Till tomorrow, where we should be able to finish it out, especially with the Valraven, the Fireballs, the Heroisms. Should be the final stretch. Watch, we're going to be like 1 short tomorrow. I sure hope not. Could happen, though. But we should have almost exactly enough to finish out tomorrow night. Let's see. We'll take that one over. Get the Zolgoth on 2. Doesn't really matter too much. Not like Web Spinner can do much in his current situation. You know what? I'm actually going to go for mana. Oh, but we don't have alignment. Okay, fine. I'll Rope Dart you. And we'll take that. Come on, please. A little bit of mana. Fine, I'm just going to take it. Oh, wait, hey, I didn't even see the reds over there. Oops. Didn't even see. I was looking at the top area. It's like, yeah, that's enough mana. We actually had 5 times red at the bottom there. Almost a full line. Alright, there we go. Alright. And, hey, of course, the guild has finished everything. However, if your guild has completed this, if this is what you see in your thing, you have not actually finished the event when you collect stage 12. This is one of the only few events where claiming the final reward is not you being done with the event, as you still get loot up to floor 25th completion, as in once it says floor 26. So if you're in this situation, still keep doing battles. Otherwise, you're skipping over some potential Forge Scrolls. Because every single time you kill a Doom up to floors 25th completion, so 26 onwards does not give it. But all of them 25 and prior do. But you get 1 Forging Scroll every single time. And they add up. These little things. These little Forging Scrolls. They're used to upgrade to Doom weapons. And even though we have orbs to do that now, you still need some of them. So you can use your smaller orbs. But yeah, every single time you kill one of those Dooms up to floor 25th completion, you get 1. So you still get 5 more. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So we still have 5 more potential things we can end up... Or sorry, no, 26, wait. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20... Yeah, sorry, my bad. 6 more. I forgot to count 20 itself. But yeah, we have 6 more Forging Scrolls. So if I was to stop right here, we would be skipping over 6 Forging Scrolls. Which, even though orbs make it a little easier than ever to upgrade them, 6 is still a lot of those scrolls. So I do advise going to, at minimum, 25th completion. We can actually probably see some people in our guild at that exact point. Yeah, anyone at like 34, 35 right here, I think's at that exact point. I know for sure once I hit that point. Actually, a lot of people seem to be exactly where I am. These are all the people who bought exactly tier 4. The tier 4 crowd. Gosh, we got a whole group. Everyone at 26 or 27 right now all bought tier 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's kind of funny. Let's see, did they all take all the powers too? Yes. And HP Herm actually took extra for some reason, somehow. But yes, everyone with 20 at 27 is exact bare minimum of what the thing was. 23 probably used 2. potentially, because that might be without Valraven luck. I don't think we hit the luckier side of Valraven, I'm not sure. But that's funny. Anyways, a multi-way tie. So, in other news, let's go clear out every other daily. Then we'll probably mess with the faction event. Then we're messing with double Diamantina probably the rest of the time. There's really only one team to mess around with. However, it is a good one if you haven't seen it yet. And honestly, I haven't really seen it yet. I saw like one speed run with it for one of the events and something similar. But, wait, why is everyone saying 69? Did 6.9 drop tonight and I didn't even realize it? It can't be, because then they mentioned it's in like 2 weeks. So yeah, we still gotta wait a little while. This is normally the patch day, but I think they said it's 2 weeks from now. So not next week, but the following week we have the 6.9 patch. Anyways, where were we? I need to go clear out... What mode am I even clicking on right now? Oh yeah, we're doing the daily thingy. Let me go get some XP for good old Spirit Walker. The class that will be maxed in like 10 years from now. We're almost at 97. We are probably one of the highest levels in the game to not bother having this maxed. We got it to, we were probably one of the first people in the game to get it to level 70. And we're going to be one of the last people over level 1,700 to get it to 100. At current rate. Because we added it to 70 within like the first 10 minutes of the event. And then proceeded to get it to 100 a couple months later. Because when did this class come out? February, I believe? Somewhere around then? It's April now, like 2 months later. And we still haven't maxed it. Of course, we haven't really been trying to. I've been just kind of poking the dailies at it. And that's pretty much all the XP we've gotten for it for the last month is like dailies only. $69 is a special greeting for Lester. Oh gosh. You had to go to Elite Metal, your 30-second Mythic. I'm going to try to get that out this weekend. Because we officially have every Mythic now. Now that we have double Diamantina. Because that's basically the difference between like one Ironhawk and two Ironhawks. Like, you don't know what Ironhawk is until you have 2 or 3 Ironhawks. One Ironhawk is not the whole Ironhawk experience. And Diamantina is pretty similar. Where, yes, one Diamantina is strong. But 2 Diamantina is broken. So we officially, as of today, have every Mythic in the game. Alright, let's go clear out dungeon. And, actually, let's do a vote. Should we do the faction today? Or should we just mess with, like, double Diamantina for the rest of the stream? We're still gonna do Diamantina regardless, but let me do a quick poll for it. I just want to kind of see. Start a poll. Let's see. Should we do dungeons today? Or delves today? Should we do the delve event today? Yes or no? There we go. Regardless, we're going over Diamantina. Let's see. Should we do the delve event today? But not doing it means we would, like, immediately do it. Or, you know, as soon as we clear out dungeons. Whereas, obviously, if we have to do it, it takes, like, what, 20 minutes? Oh, can we get a perfect? Oh, we can still get a perfect? Oh, gosh, we might need to play Guess the Door. Oh, also, while you guys are voting on that, could you put what number you want? Because I already have a poll going, and we can't double poll. I hope YouTube adds that as a function. Because I don't think I can double poll. If I try adding another poll, it's going to say you can't. Yeah, I can't. So, yeah, I can't make another poll. So put your number of your guess in the chat, and we'll figure it out that way. The first 1 to 5 votes wins. How about that? Go, go, go. Put your numbers in. The first 1 to 5 votes will go in. We have enough people for that. I am seeing 3 5s in the lead, 2 4s, 6 trailing behind. We're getting a lot of 5s. Spamming it multiple times does not count. Though 5 does seem to be the majority at the moment. So it might be going 5. Be a little zigzag if it is. 5 definitely has the most. Alright, let's just do 5. It actually was! Oh, let's go hand out an extra code. Wait, it actually was 5. There you guys go. And we'll hand out another code a little bit later. Also, based on the vote, it looks like everyone wants to do dungeon. So we'll go do dungeon. And then, delves. And then after delves... Well, first we'll do dungeon. Go get our perfect dungeon. Then we'll go do delves. And then we'll go mess with Diamantina. There you guys go. There's the code. Anyways, let's go do the perfect. But yeah, we'll hand out another code a little bit later. What am I doing here? I'm doing Explore 12 team, which also is our faction team. I mean, not faction, I mean dungeon team. The main difference is, actually, is there even a difference? I used to switch out like one thing, but now I just kind of use the same for both. Though in all fairness, I haven't really been running Explore 12 lately as much. Mostly because we've been opening so many Volkies over the last couple months. Like in the last 4 months, we've opened, I want to say 6,000 Volkies. Which is the most I've ever opened. Like, I've opened more Volkies the last 4 months than the entire rest of my playtime in the game. We've opened so many lately. And now it feels weird, because now we don't have any more to open, other than Epic Volkies, but we're hoarding those. Gotta hoard at least 1 stack. Oh yeah, we'll be doing double Diamantina. We're still gonna be doing double Diamantina. We're gonna do it after delves. Yeah, there we go. 1 down, 2 to go. Let's make sure we don't misclick between that time. Oh, never mind. 1 to go. Alright, there we go. You should have left 69 Volkies for luck. Honestly, I'm just opening all the Volkies once we get them. Like, the one we get from Delve, I'm just gonna immediately open. It's something we used to do in the past, and then I'm like, maybe I should hoard some of these in case they update them at some point. Which was a good idea, because they updated it like 3 times since Volkies first came out. They've actually done a lot of updates for Volkies. They've honestly done more updates for Volkies than they have for Treasure Hunt. And Treasure Hunt has needed an update for so much longer. Yet even though Volkies has existed for like half the amount of time, it has gotten like double the amount of updates. But there we go, 120 Dragonite. Technically, I didn't even need to buy Dragonite today. We could just gotten the free 120. But oh well. Oh yeah, that's something that's gonna feel weird. I don't have to buy Dragonite anymore. It's gonna feel so weird. But yeah, technically I didn't even need to today. Though I had no way of knowing we would have gotten a perfect, of course. However, that's kind of cool. It feels weird because we've been burning so many gems lately. Trying to get Dragonite, of course. And double Dragonite. And now we don't need to ever again. Which is going to feel really weird. Not needing to click that button anymore. But anyways, okay, let's go do the faction event. So we're probably just going to grab the same one from the team we mentioned. Which is good old Phoenicia. Pretty much just the old Phoenicia meta. Which is still the current meta as well. Doesn't really change. It's just Diamantina kind of brought a new option. Also, Why on Earth is a single Aberef set. Must have been messing around at one point. But, yeah, why on Earth do I have a single Aberef? That is such a sort of weird thing to have set there. Wait, is it the first alphabetical thing? Maybe it just got defaulted there. I'm not sure what happened there. Because I'm pretty sure he's the first troop alphabetically, right? I know he used to be. Is he still? I actually forget. Even though I look at that menu like almost every single day, I do not actually remember. Is he still the first troop? Yeah, he is. Maybe it just got defaulted there, because I cannot recall ever putting an Aberef onto this Faction Days team, ever. But, there he is. Yeah, that's another strategy, too. After you have 1 Diamantina, you could technically stop buying and just slowly get the second. I kind of wanted to rush the second because there's a few, or I should say there's a few fun teams, but there's a few things the team can be used for. Because there's really only 1 build for double Diamantina. But his purposes are many. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is that super weird delve. I'm not a fan of this layout. It has a very similar issue to Hall of Guardians layout. In that it has like a 1 room buffer that you're forced to have to take. And then you have the option of everything. which is not as good as City of Thieves, which just immediately gives you everything. But I don't know. It's really weird because even though it's shaped so differently, it is quite literally just Hall of Guardians with higher tiered rooms. Like, everything about it is just Hall of Guardians. You take your first room, you take your second room, you then have access to every other room, and then you go proceed to do every other room. It is literally the same thing, but somehow in a vastly different shape. And Hall of Guardians was not a good layout, and this one, by being the exact same thing, is also not a good layout. Though the multipliers for this place is higher than Hall of Guardians, so technically it's slightly better than Hall of Guardians. But it's only because the tier multipliers are better, so you get slightly more loot from this place. That also means the fights are slightly harder. But at this level of range, that doesn't mean anything, really. So you kind of just all wins to die. But yeah, it is, I never even realized that till just now. But it is quite literally the exact layout of Hall of Guardians in a different shape. Like, to the T, it is the exact process. Because, I'll show it once we go to the next one. But it is quite literally the exact same thing. Not even, like, slightly different. It is quite literally the same thing. Just with different tiered rooms. Let's see, I can actually show it if I go this way. So if I go to Droshy's Palace... So let's go to Hall of Guardians first, so I could kind of show it. So Hall of Guardians, the way that you do Hall of Guardians... Oh no, I got the Deep Delve variant! No! Give me a normal. Let me go lose this real quick so I can go to a normal variant. Because the Deep Delve is different. Ignore the Deep Delve variant. Retreat... Leaf Delve. Normal Delve. Okay. So, the way that this delve works is you take a room that you're forced to do in every delve, the first room. You then go from that room, and then you move to the next room. And then from that room, the second room, you then have access to all other of the 7 rooms. Well, guess what it is for Droshy's Palace? You have your one room that you're forced to have to take in every delve. Then you have your second room, you know, the one that was in the middle of Hall of Guardians. And then you have access to every other room. The only difference is you can't immediately go to the final room. So in Hall of Guardians, you can 3 to the final room, whereas for this, you have to 4 to the final room. But aside from that, it is literally the exact same layout. With the only difference being that if you want a rush room, you have to do 4 battles instead of 3 battles. But otherwise, it is exactly the same. That's the only difference. It's still one battle you're forced into, middle battle that you're forced into, then you get access to every room, and then you take out everything from there. Exact same layout. Only difference is you can't immediately rush the final room, because I believe you have to take one of the other ones beforehand that are surrounding it, and then you can take the final room. Which means rush method does require one more room for this, but otherwise is quite literally the same layout, just in a different shape. Yeah, I'm not sure how I just now noticed that. It's been like that forever. It's never changed. It's probably because they both look vastly different. Even though they're basically the same. Oh, don't you revive. I have no way to kill you. Actually, that's not true. We have a skull right there. Take it all skull. Okay, let's go take it. Oh, so I should probably go close the poll. I think it has been decided that we shall do delves. That doesn't take that long. Probably almost already halfway done. And then we can go mess with Diamantina. Which I'm not sure how long we're going to mess with Diamantina. But we definitely got to try it for pretty much everything it could be used for. Or most everything. I don't think we have a pet battle active, so I can't show it for pets. I believe it does currently have the world record speedrun for pet battles. If I don't have a pet battle up, maybe we'll go check the speedrun and see if it is. Because last time I recall it was. I think every current world record in the game is held by double Diamantina. It is that good. Like the Explore 12 world record, the pet world record. Maybe not the PvP one. But most of the game modes hold it. Because it's just so quick. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. You take a room, you're forced to the middle room, and then you have access to every room. The only difference with this delve is you don't have access to the very final one, whereas in Hall of Guardians you do. The other difference is this place generally has higher multiplier compared to the other one. Oh, wait. No! He just revived into a revive. Oh no. He just 25% revived into 100% revive into a summon. Oh gosh. Hate when they do that. But yeah, that was Dragon Egg that became Baby Dragon that became 100% revived dragon that then died afterwards. That's not ideal. Or sorry, that would have been off a Dragon Soul if I had mana. That must have been the Dragon Soul fight. I'd already got mana when I wasn't looking. Wait, what fight was that? Yeah, it was a Dragon Soul fight. Yeah, it would have been the Dragon Soul. Because that's the only way he could have had full mana. The one off a Dragon Egg, it summons one, but it doesn't summon with full mana. The one from that one does summon with full mana. Oh yeah, one nice thing about this place, though, compared to Hall of Guardians, this place actually has treasure rooms. Hall of Guardians was made before treasure rooms existed, so it doesn't have any default treasure rooms like this place does, which is nice. Honestly, Eldrazi's Palace is quite literally just updated Hall of Guardians, layout-wise. That's all it is. That is all it is. Now I'm curious what they'll do for the Deep Delve. Will it just be a copy of what Hall of Guardians Deep Delve is? Highly doubt it. I still wish they would do more with Deep Delves. They like come and go. Like, we literally just had one the other week, and it barely even felt like we did. That reminds me, don't forget, there's still a Mythic and Drop Table, by the way. Remember that useless Mythic that came out last Friday? I forgot to mention the Monday video because he's so irrelevant, but he's still on Drop Table, by the way, if you still want to get him, or try to avoid him. He's in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Then at Friday reset time, you'll finally be able to not get him. At which case, you should proceed to open keys if you wish. Or wait till next Mythic. Because right now, you might want to avoid trying to get him. Especially if you already have a copy. Because he is pretty bad. And literally almost any other Mythic would be better. Other than repeat Mythics. Which is pretty much the only reason to even get him. Is just to make sure you guarantee you don't get a repeat Mythic. Hello, John! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. If anyone else does any other questions, let me know. I'll make sure to go over them. Because game plan at this point is we finish out Delves, and then the rest of the time we mess with double Diamantina. It is the game plan as it currently stands. It should take us about 10 minutes till we get to double Diamantina then. Also, we will hand out one more redeem code. The first one was when we got Perfect Dungeon. The second one will be for, probably once we finish the faction. And start getting into Diamantina builds. Also, one weird thing about this faction is it's really random what tier it has for everything around the circle. In something like Hall of Guardians, it's actually predetermined every time what all the multipliers will be. Or not the multipliers, but like the tiers of the room. This place is not the case. You can get multiple tier 5s, you can get no tier 5s like we did on the previous one. Or like this one where we have 3 tier 5s. It's really random. It is exceedingly random. Hello, Supernova! Welcome, welcome. That's a lot of gems. Which reminds me, is our tribute ready? I feel like we haven't taken a tribute in a while. My tribute senses are tingling, but apparently there is none. The Mythic is so bad you got 100 copies the first try. Actually, I ended up getting 2 of the Mythic unintentionally. Because just to speed it up, I was starting to do 200 at a time because I was doing it around the time when the patch went up. Or not the patch, but you know, the reset of the day. And generally when a new Mythic comes out, as well as Monday events, the servers get really laggy because so many people going on at once. And because it was lagging a little, I was opening 200 at a time, and we ended up getting double of the Mythic last Friday. Which means we have double the uselessness. Oh, hello, Stowed. Welcome, welcome. At least he can stack his final trait. Not like it's worth stacking, but you can. It does stack. Are any of the Cursebreaker weapons worth crafting? Yes, all of them, kind of. Cursebreaker weapons are a bit of a weird category. It's the only category of Doom weapon where you would rank the colors differently based on how good they are. Like, I think the absolute worst one was the split damage one. And the best ones are pretty much anything that full damage hit multiple targets. Or that one true damage one. I think one of them does true damage. I just recall the split damage one being the absolute worst by far. This is kind of weird because most other Doom categories, they all do something relatively similar. But Cursebreakers is the only Doom category where all 6 of them do something drastically different. They still have like the 4 times curse, 4 times bless mechanic thing. But the way that they distribute damage is vastly different, unlike other Doom weapons that all share a similar mechanic, despite having different color. For example, when it comes to books, like, you know, red book, blue book, they're all pretty much the same. Like, one has Freeze, one has something else, maybe Enrage, I don't remember. But, you know, they're all relatively the same. As far as how they dish out their damage, how they insta-kill you, how they infinitely get mana, it's all the same, pretty much. But the Cursebreaker weapons are vastly different. I do advise eventually crafting all of them. If I was to prioritize one, actually not sure which one is the strongest one. I know which one's the worst, though. I think it was purple. So just don't get the purple one. Whatever one was the split damage one. I think one of the better ones was blue, because I think that was the hammer weapon, and I think it has like 75% to adjacents. And even though there's already a category of weapons, the Doomed Hammers, it is actually stronger than the Doomed Hammers, while still having the benefits of the Doomed Hammers. Because I would say the Doomed Hammers are around like the 3rd, 4th best Doom weapon, depending on how you look at it. But the Cursebreaker blue Doomed Hammer thing, the one that's specifically the Cursebreaker variant of it, is actually stronger than the actual hammers. Despite there already being a category of hammer weapon for Doom weapons. Because I think it has like 75% damage to adjacents, while having the 4 times bless, 4 times curse mechanic thing. Which is actually a decently strong combination. I don't use it too often, but it is good. I've used it in the past. It's actually, I think, one of the only few Cursebreakers I've bothered upgrading, actually. Was the blue Cursebreaker one. I can actually check, almost guarantee. The blue Cursebreaker is one of the only ones I bothered upgrading. Oh, sorry, it wasn't the blue one. My bad. It was, what color was it? Hold up. Cursebreaker sword. Sorry, it wasn't blue. Was it red? No, it wasn't red. Though I do have it upgraded. Sorry, it was the brown one. My bad. The brown one was the super good one, not the red one. I mean, not the blue one. Let's see. Yeah, the blue one wasn't as good. Purple was the worst. And the best were definitely brown and red. With brown being the absolute best. It deals, this was the hammer one I was referring to. It deals splash damage to an enemy. +4 for tempering level, they all gain the extra damage. And it blesses all brown allies and curses all brown enemies. Not only does that coloration work out really well, especially with the things that can create a lot of brown, while also still doing like green and other things. Gosh, what's it called? Beatrix being one of the more noteworthy ones, Truffle, stuff like that. But it's just a really good damage output compared to the other ones. Like, most of these other ones are just, like, hitting 2 targets. Like, this one hits 2 targets, this one hits 2 targets, which is not bad. But this one theoretically hits for 2.5 times their damage. These are hitting for, like, double. But this hits for about a 2.5 times. What I mean by that is if you hit 2nd slot or 3rd slot, you're dealing your full damage to 1 unit and then 75% to 2 adjacents. Compared to hitting 2 enemies, you're hitting a overall damage of 2.5 times compared to 2 times. Which is what most of these weapons are hitting. Because you're hitting 2 different enemies for full amount, so, you know, 2 hits. Another one, 2 hits. But this one, you are hitting 3 things, but you're hitting for overall 2.5 times effective damage because you're hitting one thing for 1 times. You're hitting another for 0.75 and another for 0.75 for a total of 2.5. So you're getting the most overall damage from Cursebreaker Hammer compared to the other Cursebreaker weapons. And Wand just does, like, nothing. The purple one. The purple one is so awful. Anyways. Where were we? We were doing faction. Let's keep going. But yeah, the brown one's the best. The purple one's the worst. When it comes to the Cursebreaker weapons. Blue and red are okay. Yellow's situational because it's true damage. And purple is just useless. I think that's all the colors unless I forgot one. Green. I forgot green. I forgot what green does. So hello, Alicia. Welcome. Hope all been well. Oh, so there's so many treasure rooms this time around. Oh, I should have saved this one for last. This one gives a lot of gold. Good old leprechauns. Hey, we got our own leprechaun. Oh, we hit the Cedric room too. Gosh, we get a ton of gold here. Yeah, I've used the brown in Guild War a couple times as well. It's the reason I actually have it upgraded. I believe I used the red one once, but I've used the brown one multiple times. It's really good. Well, the Cursebreaker as an overall category, I would place as like the 3rd or 4th best Doom weapon category. The Cursebreaker Brown weapon is almost like the 2nd best category if it was on its own category. Either 2nd or 3rd. Because it is actually insanely good. Due to how much more it gets compared to any other Cursebreaker. I believe it also gets like a free stun on top of it. So it has like Curse Stun, which makes it even better. Because if I'm not mistaken, one of the perks it gets... like all of them do Curse. But I believe it also comes with Stun, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Stun first enemy. And it cleanses all allies. Oh gosh, no wonder why this thing was so strong. Wait, it's 4 times Bless, 4 times Curse. Oh yeah, no wonder why this thing was so strong. I knew it was strong because of that, but gosh, I forgot about the other effect too. It is 4 times Bless, 4 times Curse, so even if they're not a brown, they still get cleansed. So you don't even need to worry about if they get hit by Blast. So you could use it even on non-pure brown teams, though normally it's used for Guild War. But even if you're using it outside of Guild War, they can still get hit with the cleanse. It has Curse Stun, so they're going to get cursed and stunned, assuming they're a brown. Or regardless, they'll get at least stunned, assuming they don't have immune. And even if they do have immune, this stun takes place after the curse. So you're going to curse them, then you're going to stun them, meaning you actually will apply to stun. Yeah, it has so many things going for it. It is insane. It is really, really good. Like, it makes every other Cursebreaker weapon look bad. Honestly, it's almost one of just the overall just best Doom weapons in the game. It's really weird because the Cursebreaker category is kind of like slightly above average. But that weapon is almost one of the best ones even in the game. Like, it probably makes like top 20 weapons in the game, maybe even top 10. There's just a lot of things competing for top 10 though. That's really high up there. Only under player control though. The AI does not use it correctly. But under player control, it's really good. It's one of the things that makes books so good. Like, you would generally almost never offensively use a book. But defensively, the AI actually kind of uses it correctly. Compared to the average anything. Which makes it very, very strong. Due to the AI being less horrible with it. Compared to the average option in the game. Because all it really has to do is just keep clicking book and it'll eventually win. And most teams are actually set up to do that. If you ever look at a normal book team, a lot of times, well, it is very risky to do it. A lot of times, they will only have one color corresponding to the book color. Like, for example, let's say it's a red book. They will only have one red on their team, and that'll be the book itself. While I generally like having 2 damage sources, one of the reasonings behind having only one is the AI will actually use the book slightly more correctly. Because if it's feeding into 2 things, it could kind of 50-50 on which one it wants to cast. So let's say it's like Thrall and Purple Book. It might just keep casting Thrall instead of Book. However, if the book is the only thing on your team corresponding to that color, and then the book creates, like, let's say it's a red book, and it creates a bunch of red, and it's the only red on your team, the only choice it has is to keep casting book, and hopefully just infinite loops it until it's dead. And that's the main strategy of why people use single color book teams, as in only one damage source being the corresponding colored book to all the double empowers or whatever else they're doing. It's mostly to make sure that AI will only cast that weapon. It's really risky though, because all you have to do is rope dart it or single kill their hero, or, you know, to kill their hero and you auto win. But when it works really well because of that. Because the AI can't possibly mess it up. It's the main reasoning behind why people do it. I personally feel like it's weaker because all you have to do is kill book and then you win. But it's one of the reasons why you get looped on a lot more often against single books compared to, like if it was a book and some other mythic. Since the only thing it really has to cast is to keep doing the book. Alright, 2 more delves after this one, then we can go mess with double Diamantina for the rest of the time. We'll hand out a code as soon as we finish out delve as well. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, it looks like it's about to get full mana. Yeah, you did. Oh, do you have spell reduction? That's not nice. You do. I hope they add spell reflect to the game at some point. with how the code base of the game is, I'm not sure they ever will. They have Reflect Mechanic, which does reflect spell damage, but there's no equivalence to for the same thing that melee has. So, of course, whenever you hit something with a skull, there's some that have, like, Infernal Armor for that 25% reflect, 50%. I think some Mythic out there has, like, 100% or something. And even that's not enough. But, you know, there's, like, Skull Reflect, where you hit a skull, it reflects some percent of damage. There's no equivalence to that for spell damage, unless you count the Reflect mechanic itself. But there's no trait mechanic for it. In the sense that, you know, just like a flat, like, 25% reflect, 50% reflect, something similar. I'm not sure exactly the reason why. I guess one reason could be one meta that would actually develop if we ever get a 50% reflect is you could just set a team with like multiple of them, and then if they cast an AoE, the thing that casts the AoE damage will pretty much just instantly die. Because if something's hitting everything for, let's say, you know, Phoenicia, 150 damage, and you're being reflected what is essentially 200% damage, yeah, you're probably gonna die. That's the only reason I could possibly think of as to why there isn't that. That or it's just coded really weirdly, that they might not ever be able to implement it in such a way. But it could be for balance reasons too. As full AoE troops already have so many counters, most notably Submerge. And to have another counter that would counter them that hard could just be a bit too much. We're almost there. 1.5 more delves to go. Luckily, everything's still pretty much going down instantly, which is always great to see. I'm not even running the higher amount of magic either. We can actually run 4 higher magic, because I think I'm using 20% mana start right now, which we do not need on this team. I just didn't bother switching it out, because it hasn't really been an issue yet, though it will be soon once we get another floor deeper. There'll be plenty of things that won't die, but that's why we have Black Manacle for, so it shouldn't really matter. Oh, I say that, we're going to be 1 mana short here. Luckily, it still dies to the good old Phoenicia. Still very useful for many things. I killed this, and then we're on the final floor. Oh, no wonder why he's so bulky. They all have 20% this week. If I had to guess, it's Rashka plus Pride Lands is why they have such a big bonus this week. Almost guaranteed that is the combination. I don't even normally look at that bonus these days. It used to be a lot more relevant back in the past. It also used to be a lot more of a bonus in the past. It used to be 25% per bonus. Now it's only 10% per bonus. The reason they changed this is because back in the day when it was 25%, it just overhauled the meta every single week. Because whatever was getting that 50% bonus was just the entire meta of the week. Because obviously almost any troop with 50% bonus is going to become viable. With exceptions, obviously. But generally speaking, a troop that has 50% bonus will be, you know, decently better than one that has 0% bonus. But they ended up changing several years ago to 10% to make it so it was less overwhelming. Because otherwise it became literally the entire meta if they had it. Because that'd be 30% more stats than they currently have with the two 10%. But yep, that's exactly what it was. Rashka Pride Lands. I knew it just by looking at it, obviously, but there we go. And I always make that the thumbnail thing. I never actually mention it anymore. But in the thumbnail of every weekly video, I always put whatever the bonus is for using the Glory Troop. It used to matter a lot more, but these days not so much because they've never updated these resource gains in like 7 years now. Or 6 years, 5 years, however long it's been. It's been a long time. But they haven't updated this in a very, very, very long time. So, you know, if these bonuses were like gain Merchant more often, or get Angel more often, or randomly get Ritz, or, you know, something useful, then it'd be used a lot more. But their bonuses are like, hey, get a little bit of gold for using this useless troop this week, or something similar. Anyways, one last run. Should be the final cycle we need to go to. Potentially more if we need a little bit extra multiplier, which I think we are. The place's multiplier is a little bit better than Hall of Guardians, but that's not saying much. Because Hall of Guardians was already a pretty bad one. So it being slightly better than that is not much of a margin of difference. And after this run, we'll go mess with double Diamantina. Which will be the first time we ever do it, obviously, because we literally just got it at the beginning of the stream. I have not had the chance yet to actually mess with it. Though I do know what it can do. Just never actually had the chance to do it. Also, it's been ages since I've looked at any clip of it. Because people had it as early as, like, December, double Diamantina. And here we are, like, 4 months later. With super unluckiness. People see life and death users as a different kind of evil. Life and death has been a meta for so long. They actually nerfed it a couple years ago. And it brought down its usage by none. If anything, I feel like people started running life and death more when it got nerfed than before it was nerfed. And I think the main reason being is more people had access to it. And that's the only reason why its usage went up. But I am pretty sure, if there's actual like statistics they keep track of, that the overall usage of Life and Death is actually higher than pre-nerf Life and Death. Just from the amount of people capable of having it now compared to in the past. It generally only cycles about once a year or so. It's not a weapon you can always get your hands on. Because it used to have a 15 mana cost instead of 18. I think that was the only change they made to it. They didn't change anything else, but just make it a slightly higher mana cost. Which barely even matters because it has enchant, so it gains 2 per turn. It sometimes makes you have to take another turn to go get it to max, but it's normally not too big a deal. Also, a lot of times you're holding Life and Death in order to like get a Weaver synergy or something. So a lot of times you're not even casting even when it does reach full mana. The extra little bit of mana doesn't do too much on it. Though I do feel like people over time has gotten a lot better at just countering and playing against Life and Death teams. It is still a very, very... the biggest thing that's an issue for taking out Life and Death team is it's really good at winning slowly, and it bulks up like crazy, so it's basically a damage test. If you don't have enough damage to kill it out, it just kind of overwhelms the team. Because Life and Death just keeps getting bulkier and bulkier. It's more so about just applying damage very, very quickly. And if you do, you kind of just auto-win, and if you don't, you kind of just auto-lose. And it's pretty much Life and Death in a nutshell. It's one of the reasons why it's, for the longest of time, been pretty popular in Guild War. These days, I feel like slightly less. But, you know, people still run it. And the main reason why I feel like it's being used slightly less, at least in Guild War, maybe in other locations might still be used a lot, is people are just getting better at countering it. And as stats get higher in the game and, you know, people have more progress, you just have more stats to be able to counter it with. No, come on! We're 330 short. Oh, we gotta go waste 30 gems. I'm like, come on, at least give us a sacred treasure. Oh, no, boo. Okay, well, we just wasted 30 gems, but it's worth it for the extra orb or whatever it is. I think it's an orb. We literally just have to do one battle. Got gypped on multiplier. Ever so barely gypped. Right, let's go for explosion. Throw down the sun thing. And he's very dead. There we go. Yeah, and let's match. Have to claim all the rewards. There we go. And no good orbs. Oh, we are now completed. Oh yeah, we got a Volky. Let's go open the Volky now. Alright, faction event done. Okay, let's go hand out the code. And go open the one Volky we got. And we'll do it with, you know what, let's just run it with Zolgoth, why not? No need to change team. Anyways, let me go get you guys the second code. And you know what time it is? Double Diamantina time! As soon as we finish out this Volky. See what's inside. Who knows, but we'll get something good here. There you guys go. Enjoy. Second code. And that'll be the last code for now. Oh, I should have taken the red first. Whoops. Alright, this is extremely not the correct team you should be using for this fight, but it should be fine. There we go. Still worked out. And we got some gems. 12 gems and whatever this orb is. Basically just 12 gems. Unfortunate. But we're going to be opening most of our Volkies pretty much immediately these days now. Now that we have finally hit 0 again. We might go back to hoarding them at some point. But for now, we're just going to just hoard the epic Volkies. And open most, if not all of our Volkies. And keep ourselves at 0. And just hope they don't buff it again. Or if they do, it applies mostly to epic Volky. Anyways, with all that out of the way, you know what time it is. Okay, let's go replace this team forever. Let's go get our Diamantina. And then go get our Diamantina. And then we go get our 50% mana start. Essentia, I believe it's called. Yeah, that one. And then we get good old Leprechaun, because of course it would be used on this team. It's literally been meta every day since its existence. And I'm not sure on banner. We definitely want to do it on ones that don't get blocked. I assume purple-green. It doesn't really matter. As long as one of them is double green, it doesn't matter what the other one is. I don't think. As long as it's not blue or yellow. If anything, we actually want a minus blue or yellow. So we want like double green plus 1 something. We just need to know what that is. I don't know. What do we have? Oh, is that why they nerfed that other banner too? So many people were running like green-red with the double and using it with a Sensia. That'd be funny. Let's see. Yeah, we could do the Court of Foxes one. Oh, no, I need double green. So we could minus blue. That would work. Hunter's banner. Because it's plus 3 green, plus 1 red, minus 1 blue. We just have to remember that's minus 1 blue. Alright, there we go. I don't think banner choice matters too much as long as you're double green for triple green. Even then, you could just do double-double if you really wanted to. Depends how you want to do it. You could do plus 3 into green and plus 1 into something else, while minusing into Essentia. Or just a couple different ways you could do it. Oh no, it really just depends. But we're just doing it this way. Anyways. So we can prioritize green with this team. With blue being the secondary. Or sorry, with green being... No, sorry, red being the secondary. Gosh, anyways. So first things first. What should we test first? Let's go do Explore. So, Golvania. Do we have enough damage to obliterate you? That is the question. First things first, now I actually do need Pure Magic. Which is one of the other benefits of this team. So we're currently on Explore 12 Golvania. Does this double cast against this team? I believe the answer is yes. Though I actually don't know. We're about to find out. We don't have any of the extra damage from the thing, though. Oh, it is not? Oh, no, it is. Oh, no, that's kind of powerful. That's just a little strong. What's my favorite color? Cyan. Like that really bright blue cyan color thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. We use literally every mana. I'm like, oh no, we can't take the mana I need. Every mana is the mana we need. They're all the needed mana. Oh wait, it didn't kill this time though. No! Oh wait, it doesn't kill at this range. Guaranteed. It did the first time, oddly enough. Oh wait, it's not enough damage. Triple would be. That's weird. So it's dependent on how many skulls are on the board then. We just happen to get lucky on the very first try there. And he doesn't concentrate the damage either. So we can't do it that way. So it's getting something damaged with skulls actually is almost a bad thing. Because then we have less boost ratio. Okay, it's not guaranteed when it happens, but when it does, gosh, it is such value. Oh, this would be why it's world record. The world record is just all the lucky attempts when it actually gets it. Oh, that's why it's so quick. Because it's just the lucky attempts. It's not when it gets super unlucky. Because you could, with enough luck, you can just instant double kill every single battle. Immediately. But you need a lot of luck for that. Oh no, we didn't get a skull here. I'm gonna bait him into giving us one. That didn't quite work as expected. Never mind. I did not factor the way that it would explode. Please give me skull. He's so close to death. There we go, skull. Yeah, it was set with a lot more magic too. One issue we have right now that's slightly bad for showing Diamantina is we do currently have +0 magic right now. Because there's no event going on. There's no campaign going on. And due to there being no campaign going on, we do not have all the extra magic that coincides with the campaign. Meaning our damage, like for example, if we were in a campaign right now, they'd be dead. They'd be super dead. But because we're not, they're not dead. So that is a factor. So it's a lot less viable during those times. At least for Explore 12. Because you do need that extra magic. Yeah, we did only have one campaign so far that had +8 magic. Honestly, I don't feel like +6 or +8 is going to make too huge a difference. Obviously, it is a 4 damage difference. But based on the numbers we're seeing here, I don't think that would make too huge a difference having +6 compared to +8. As it's generally not the margin that they're dying within. I guess having 12 less damage is relevant, but us having like 4 less damage is, after, if we had that 12, would not be making too huge a difference. I was like, I gotta love those extra turn skulls. It does, I believe, have 3% per skull on the board. Hey, a merchant. I haven't seen these in ages. Oh. Oh, never mind. Niches aren't worth it. Niches are, though. I'll take the food, I guess. Gosh, we haven't seen a merchant in such a long time. It's been a very, very long time. I don't think I have a pet battle I can run these on right now, though, unfortunately. Let me go double check. I don't think anyone in the guild has a pet active. I'm not going to keep grinding until we get a pet at the moment. I do kind of want to test it. See how it runs through all the battles. But yeah, honestly, yeah, if you had slightly more magic, this would be great. It's messing up too much otherwise. So let's see, what's the highest level Explorer can one-shot? Let me go cancel out this fight real quick. I want to see the highest Explorer level we can get away with this on. Let's do 8. Though this would be one-shot Diamantina, wouldn't it? At this range? So we could still do this with single Diamantina. Wouldn't even need the double. Just looking to get one cast, boom, dead. Technically 12. Yeah, for double. I meant for single, not for double. Oh, so this is even the team you'd want to run with it. You would want to run like a penguin there or something. Yeah, I want to say it's Explore 8 based on what just happened there. Explore 9 you could if you had enough magic. It depends on the week. But yeah, it's Explore 8, Explore 9 if you have a lot of damage. But it could do Explore 8 consistently if you had it all set up with a proper team. Which this one isn't. You would need the single Diamantina team. Which was something that was already possible even before. When we only had 1. Like, this one doesn't require 2. I just happen to be using 2 because why not? Alright, the other area I really want to try this is pets. I don't think we can tonight, though. I'm trying to think of where else. We do have Underworlds. AoE's generally not viable in Underworld, though. Yeah, we don't have a pet active at the moment. Use Anuceptor with Thrall? The problem with that is how many turns does it take to get the Thrall rolling? I prefer just using Leprechaun, I think, at that point. Can Queen's Herald kill at level 8? Which one is that? Oh, I don't forget what that is. Queen's Herald. Deal a bunch of damage to an enemy. If the enemy is a boss, deal a bunch of extra damage. It's pretty standard damage poke. If they're a raid boss, it could. Not sure what you mean by that, though. There we go. Oh, yeah, there's a second redeem code we handed out. Someone claimed it for us. Thank you, Isabel, assumably. There we go. Alright, where else do we want to test this? Because it's mostly meant for Explore. Explore 8 was single, Explore 12 for double. Though you kind of need that little bit extra magic that we don't currently have. But it's still doable. Obviously, we've gotten many double kills, or, double cast kills there. The other area is pet battles. I could show that tomorrow, easily. Though we only get one shot at it. Because we only get one all of tomorrow. But we'll guarantee have it at any point tomorrow. So when I cover the video tomorrow, it'll actually be very convenient. Because at any point tomorrow, we'll always have a pet active. Like, I don't have to guess, like, hey, does the guild currently have a pet active? We will always, perpetually tomorrow. So for the video, if we are able to get it out tomorrow, hopefully, that'll be perfect, because regardless of what time we record it, there will be a pet battle active that we can show it on. Switch our class? It doesn't matter what our class is for that team, though. Oh, yeah, doing it for, oh, yeah, that's true, Vault event. Oh, wait, I don't have any Vault keys to go test it on, though. Oh, that's funny. I gotta go open an Epic Vault key. Oh, that's really funny. Wait, can it one-shot Epic Vault key range? Wait, it can. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, let's go run it for an Epic Vault key. I haven't opened too many of these ever. But yeah, let's go open one of our stash of Epic Vault keys. Because, yeah, this would be the other thing it's pretty good for, too. Yeah, let's go take out an Epic Vault key here. Because this is max difficulty Epic Vault key. You should be able to double shot very easily. Problem is, we just got, like, no mana there, though. Let's see. We'll take that one over. Come on, where's the greens? Gives that a little bit extra mana. There we go, perfect. Alright, cast once, boom, boom, boom. Cast twice, boom, boom, boom. And there we go. Loot. Oh, gosh. Look at this loot. If I put my cursor over here to hide that number, can you identify that this is an Epic Volkey? Also ignore the Epic Volkey symbol in the bottom right. But if I put my cursor right here and ignore the key in the bottom right corner, as well as the Epic Volt word in the top right, I don't think you can determine by just this line of loot that this was an Epic Volkey. Actually, you could, because 25 Chaos Shards. It's impossible to get in normal key. But 6 gems, 25 shards, 4 mech gnomes, and 2 trait stones. What wonderful loot. We literally got more from the Volkey we opened earlier. We got 12 gems from the other thing. Wait, can you actually single shot it? Yeah, I guess you could. There's not enough damage to single shot it right now, though. Unless Mizmer team has enough. I could try it with Mizmer. But I don't think we have enough magic right now to do so. I give it a shot, though. I'll be the last one we test for Epic Volkeys. Don't want you to consume all of them. I'm not sure where I put the Mizmer team. Oh, there it is. Something along these lines. I'm trying to think of what else we could replace out Hero to do more damage. But we kind of also need it. Wait. If we only need a single cast, we actually technically don't need Book. How can I put more damage onto this team? Does double Mizmer just make it go higher? Because I'm pretty sure double Mizmer is just higher. In which case, doesn't Penguin do it? Wouldn't Penguin just do the same thing? Because what's our magic difference here? Let me double check. We're on a 126. And here we're on a 114. But you have to... Wait. What made it go so much higher? Oh! What's this magic value going higher by? It's 60. Let me look at that number. So we're getting 6 more the other way. Oh, wait. How are we getting so much more? Oh, the pure purple! I didn't put that into consideration, too. The pure purple is what's really making it go over. Because we're getting 3 from that, meaning you're getting 1 extra... You're getting 2 extra damage this way from having 1 higher magic. So yeah, this team is higher damage by 1 singular damage. Compared to Penguin. And by 1 singular damage, I mean 2 additional damage. And by 2 additional damage, I mean 8 additional damage. Because that's how math works. But it has 1 higher magic with the other team, which is 2 damage for the Diamantina, which is 8 total damage across the entire team. But ultimately, it's just 1 higher magic. Which, you know, that's not much, but it is technically higher than Penguin. So if there's ever a situation where 1 damage doesn't matter, Penguin is better, because they're cuter. But otherwise, this team is 2 higher damage and has a better way to mana accumulate if you really need to cast again. Though in most of these situations, you're not going to need to cast again. As I say that, we do need to cast again. Gosh, what are these keys? Oh god, that's a lot of gold though. That's a lot of gold. 288,000. That's I think that's the max gold roll you can get for that. I'm not sure. That's a $250,000 right there. Gosh, Epic Volkeys are crazy. Their loot consists of nothing to everything. And some stuff in between. Like, the range of, like, a good and bad Epic Volkey is so absurd. And it really comes down to, do you get lucky on Cedric? Because you can get, like, 900 gems in 1 drop. But you can also get, like, 4 copies of a common with, like, nothing else. It is such an absurdly wide range. But yeah, double Diamantina is pretty cool. I do like it. It plays pretty similarly, though. I do have to say. Though, I'll probably form it into a couple other teams when we show it for the video. Because we might go down to, like, the Thrall Leprechaun route. Like, Thrall, Diamantina, Leprechaun, or something similar. Because I'm not a huge fan of Essentia. Essentia is so bad in, like, every possible way. The main gimmick of Essentia is just, it's the only 50% mana start dragon. I still feel like this is the quickest possible way for a quickest win. But it doesn't have the most consistent win. Which is problematic a lot of times if you want consistency. But you know, you just cast once, ideally get extra turn, cast again, boom, dead. It doesn't always do that, but when it does, it feels good. And that's the main thing that matters. But yeah, honestly, I might almost start running this for Explore 12. It's really fun. Hey, verse. Don't see too many of those when it's not a Palooza, or a Vault event, I mean. 2 weekends from now, not this weekend, but next week's weekend. Also the 7th anniversary of the channel, by the way. But, we're also going to be having a Vault event that weekend, which is quite convenient. I don't think we have enough damage, but it's not going to stop me from trying. I know for sure we don't have enough damage. To such a degree, I'm just taking that, knowing that we'll hopefully get more skulls and then we can kill. Okay, nope. We shall go back to taking mana then. This is the biggest issue with the team, though, when you get in a situation like this. A single Diamantina had this exact same issue, too. Having slightly more damage would make the difference here, though. Because if we had 6 more magic, we would have killed. Because that would have been 12 more damage per cast. And guess when you would have 6 more magic? During a event. Or, you know, pretty much any standard event. Where near the end of the campaign, you'd have the, you know, 4 bonus, 6 bonus, 8 bonus. We've only ever had 8 once. But if we had the 6 bonus right there, that would have been the exact damage range we needed to cover the gap. But currently we have +0 because there's no event campaign going on. So this team does seem to be somewhat dependent on near end of campaign for Explore 12. Like if you want a max efficiency end of campaign. Because unless you get lucky skulls on board, you're just not going to have enough damage output. It's going to keep falling short. Which means it's really unrealistic to run unless you have that extra magic. Or when we eventually get that permanent extra magic. Because of course eventually we're going to have kingdom upgrades that will be able to apply all that extra bonus. But currently that is not the case. Also, just so I don't have to keep figuring out what the banner is, I'm actually going to switch this to just pure green. I hate having to keep thinking of, oh, what's my other +1 and -1? So I'm just going to set it to literally double green. That way there's no confusion as to what is plus or minus. It's just take green if you see green. It is just take green and every other one's the same value. This just makes it more minimal on figuring out what on earth the gem we need is. Because the answer is green. Or any. With green being highest priority and any being second highest. Like when it does that, it feels so good. The problem is it doesn't always do that unless you have higher stats. Hey, you already have 2 of those magics? Yeah, I haven't bothered upgrading any of them yet. It is definitely something that's a bit more required for this team. But this is like a super endgame team, so it makes sense that it needs that little bit extra damage to function. This is about as endgame as it gets. No, I meant to take that for the other extra turn. No! As far as expensive teams are concerned. But yeah, well, anytime it comes to this situation, you kind of just need the campaign extra damage. Like, I don't think this is worth running if there's no campaign going on with extra magic bonus. At minimum, +4 you need. Ideally, more than that. But without it, it just keeps falling ever so slightly short. At least for Explore 12. I'm pretty sure for Pet Battles it could be okay. And for, definitely the lower level Explore, like Explore 8, it'd be perfectly fine for always. Explore 9 would be pushing it, depending on the bonuses. But it's a little too inconsistent at this range. Because too many times it's doing this. And this is slow. Well, that particular one wasn't slow. We actually got over damage applied pretty quickly. But generally it is quite a bit slower. Compared if we just ran a Zolgoth on it or something. You could use O'Shea's Tome. We could. We'd probably have to replace out the Essentia. Wait, Chris Crinkle, that's interesting. Wait, what does Chris Crinkle do that would do it to that team? I'm trying to even remember what his mechanic is after it got reworked. Because they actually reverted it back recently. Which is what mainly confuses me because they changed it and then changed it back. I gotta double check. I don't recall him doing something that would help this team that much. It was mostly just resource gains. Oh, buffs random stat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 1 random buff would be enough. The problem is it's not guarantee magic, right? Oh, you know what is, though? Oh. You know what we could do? The problem is mana, though, if we do it this way. Wait. There's one funny way of doing this. If I do the... Oh, no, that's what I wanted. I will eventually click correctly. Let me grab this. But then we take this. Then we paste this. And then we grab this. I kind of want to do Leprechaun, but I think we need the extra mana. But then we grab this. Hold up. Let's see. And then, I need to change banner. I think we have to double purple here because of Thrall and how he functions. Because I'm going all in magic. Actually, do we even need to? I think I actually do go 20% mana in this situation. 20% mana the other one. Because we're gonna have way more than enough magic compared to before. Alright, let's try this. Hey, maybe there are multiple ways you can build this. Alright, let's see. We'll take this over. Let's see. Oh yeah, even Tyrion mentioned it in chat. I didn't even see that. But yeah, Tyrion just mentioned it. But if we do this... Oh, he took my greens. I need those greens. And I do this, and then we do that. Yeah, it is enough damage. There we go. But yeah, it covers all the damage you need. But yeah, thanks for bringing up the Kris Crinkle. Because it reminded me Empress exists. Because I feel like Empress is going to be more consistent than Kris Crinkle. It's a way lower mana cost. It has extra turn potential. And if we get really lucky, we just extra turn all of them into a spam, into auto win. No! Oh, wait. How did he drain it? Oh, I didn't have mana to begin with. It would help if I make sure it has mana first. Whoops. Mana would be helpful. I do have to ensure before we cast the first one that the second one is full mana. Because that would be really bad if you don't. Wait, you're running with only one? Is one even enough damage? Wait, is one Diamantina enough to kill? I feel like that's nowhere near enough damage, is it? 48. That'd be short, wouldn't it? It'd be slightly short. It'd be like 10 or 20 damage short. Most likely. Let me double check. Yeah, that's way too much damage short. Wait, how do you do it with only one? Oh, with 2 Emperor's cast. Oh, my bad. I thought you said 1 Emperor's cast. Yeah, that would be enough damage. So, like, double Empress, Diamantina. Interesting. Yeah, that'd be more of a single team with it, then. Yeah, we don't actually... Gosh, you actually don't really need the second Diamantina. It doesn't actually get used for much. But yeah, that would be enough if you doubled into it. Because that would make it so you have a lower mana cost than before. Also, if you have a lot of greens, you would know for sure how much damage you have then as well. Yeah, I like this. This works a lot more consistently. Yeah, let's try it with double Sensia, just so we don't have to... or Empress, I mean. Just so we don't have to deal with it. And then we're going to have to use Thrall as our only mana accumulator, unfortunately. But it must be done. We're double purpling him just to ensure that he 100% gets mana up. In this case, we could even go for an extra 4 magic, because I actually don't need the 20% mana start anymore if I'm doing it this way. We can actually just ditch the 20% mana start for 4 higher magic. You need to go get mana. And then we throw you down, hope you extra turn, throw you down, hope you extra turn, throw you down, dead. Oh, maybe we don't even need the extra. Alright, let's see how consistent this is actually going to be. This might just be the way to go, then. Don't even bother with the double. Like, the double's still useful for some things. But a lot less useful than I initially anticipated. Because it's really luck-based if it does so good. It's also dependent on having absurdly high stats that the average player wouldn't have. Like, our stats aren't even high enough. It requires, like, some of those extra kingdoms. As well as, like, some of those events being around. Like, give it another year or two, and you're going to probably start seeing a lot of double Diamantina. Because the average person would have more stats. Or, you know, the average level of stats in the game would be a bit higher. Compared to it is now. Especially if they ever release a new Magic Kingdom at some point. But in the current state of the game, I feel like we're just ever so slightly lacking magic for the double Diamantina team. At least to be able to run it whenever, when there's not like a magic event going on or something similar. It's just ever so slightly too low on damage. Until we get slightly more in the game. That's more convenient than it is now. Once it does, you could start to see a resurgence. But for now, something like this works really well. Seems perfectly consistent. We're not even running the extra 4 damage we could be. I believe I'm running 20% into 8 magic right now. Yeah, we are. So we're not even running 4 additional damage that we could be having. Because so far it's one-shotting every time. We don't need the extra damage. Of course, if you happen to be at stats where you're not one-shotting, you could go down that route. But right now, it seems perfectly fine without it. If we get truly lucky, we just extra turn into kill. It's not doing that every time, but when it does, very convenient. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to put Greenstorm on the team. There's just no way to fit it anywheres. Unfortunately. We also have to deal with find the Thrall mana every single beginning of battle. It's not ideal. It is definitely my favorite combo for it so far. Honestly, out of every Diamantina team, this might actually be my favorite. Just double Empress it. The problem with this is it requires having double Empress, which if you haven't opened a lot of Volkeys lately, you might not have access to. Luckily, we have like 20-something Empresses, so it's not as big a deal in our case. However, a lot of people might not have double Empress yet. It just came out a couple months ago, being able to double up on it. Even people who got it through the campaign might not have a second one yet, depending on how many Volkeys they've opened. Obviously, we've opened a ton of Volkeys within that time. However, obviously not everyone has ran like 6,000 Volkeys in the last couple months. Though in that time, we got like 20-something Empresses. Doesn't take that many. You can get in a couple hundred. Like, you can literally farm enough Volkeys next Vault event to go get an Empress, or even double Empress if you don't already have it. Even if you don't have any on reserve. Yeah, Empress is one of those troops that is going to be so broken in the future. It's basically like Thrall, where, though even when she came out, she was kind of strong. It's kind of like Leprechaun, where like people knew it was strong when it came out, but people didn't really fathom how broken it was until probably like a year or two after the fact. And I feel like Empress is kind of in that category. Like, obviously, everyone knew she was going to be strong. But until we had like more things come into the game to kind of make it even stronger, to fully realize how broken it is. Because Leprechaun had really low usage when it first came out. Like, it was still used a lot, but nowhere near as much as it was today. And Empress, I feel like, is going to be very similar. Where, you know, people still always use it. But its usage is definitely going to go up over time. Assuming it never gets changed like good old Thrall. Thrall did not start off good. Thrall was really bad when he first came out, though. Oh, I had to do that. We already have win condition. But Thrall was really bad when he first came out and just became really good. Whereas Leprechaun and Empress were always good and just became even better over time. As the synergies for them just became more and more broken. Because in the case of Thrall, I think his base destroy, like if you ever used him, a good way to tell that Thrall was not broken when he first released, pick Thrall the next time you go into Arena when you see him. That is basically the state he released in. And if you ever used him in the Arena, he's pretty bad. He deals 2 damage to himself when he has like 12 HP. He destroys like 6 gems or something. It's absurdly weak. The main thing that made that strong, sorry, he destroys 4 gems. The main thing that made him strong is obviously magic. More magic coming in over time. Made him very, 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 very good with how much a destroy he does. The other thing that made him really good is when they nerfed Explodes. Explode used to give 100% mana, then was nerfed to 70%, and then was nerfed to what it currently is, 50% mana. Whereas Destroy Gems has always stayed at 100%. So that was another thing that buffed him through the roof as well, indirectly. I guess Thrall has never actually been tweaked directly himself. Yeah, he has gone from a completely obsolete troop that everyone ignored to, like, the entire meta. Within 5 years, or however long it's been. Probably longer. Darkstone was added pretty early, and I think he was one of the starting troops in there. Like, this guy's existed for like 6 or 7 years. And for half that time, he was completely useless. And then for the other half, he became extremely not useless. And at no point within any time has he ever been buffed or nerfed. He's been the same troop the whole time. It's just the game around him has changed. He's still the same troop from day one. There's actually quite a few instances of that in the game. Where something used to be really good and then became bad, and then something was really bad but then became good. But yet they've never been changed since their release. It's just the game around them changed in a way that made them better or worse. I think one of the other funny or inverse options of that is Lady Sapphira. The one from Whitehelm. She used to be the most broken troop in the game with the exact same stats she has right now. She was so broken, I think she's been nerfed like 2 or 3 times. And even in her nerfed state, like her final nerfed state, she was still the meta at that time. Even after like 3 nerfs. Yeah, these days she's like one of the most useless true damagers in the entire game. despite with the exact same stats, and after being nerfed 3 times with those stats, was actually the meta at one point. But that was when, like, stats were in, like, single digits. The main reason she was meta was her mana cost relative to how much true damage she did. She also had a life gain ability that was nerfed a couple times, because at the time, gaining life based on how much damage you did was too strong. Then it was nerfed to 5 HP, and then 5 HP was too strong in the meta. There was actually a change. I remember, because it's really funny, and just shows like how rebalanced used to be compared to how it is now. There was a change to her that made her 5 HP gain and 2 attack gain down to 4 HP gain and 2 attack gain. Basically, it lowered her HP gain by 1. It was that small of a change. Back when they actually used to rebalance things. Though I say that, but they better not rebalance Ironhawk. It's perfectly fine. She's meta in Arena. That is true. Honestly, Arena is a good way to tell what a troop was like if it existed like 7 or 8 years ago. The easiest way to tell what a troop was like 8 years ago is just play it in Arena. Assuming it even exists back then. Obviously, many of them did not exist back then because at the time we only probably had a couple hundred troops. But the easiest way to tell what a troop used to function like way back in the day is how viable is it in Arena? Because that's what it would have been like, pretty much. Of course, many of those did not exist at the time. Like, boost ratios didn't even exist way back then. Like, I think there was pretty much 0 boost ratio troops, or literally 0 boost ratio troops. It's not a mechanic that came in until a little bit later down the line. Though many of them are some of the strongest things in Arena. Because they were never really meant to be used at that level range. Because it's a relatively newer mechanic, and by relatively newer, I mean it was added like 6 or 7 years ago. Which is newer compared to when Arena was balanced around. Also, I absolutely love this team, by the way. This might just be my new Explore 12 team. This might just permanently be what I run for Explore 12 now. It just runs so smoothly. And you don't even have to think about anything. You just find purple, take purple, and then win. And you just click down the line until they're dead. And ideally, you get lucky on extra turns. And if you do, you just insta-kill like that. And if you don't, well, you just wait a turn or 2. The only issue it has is every throughout team issue. It's the game of find the purple. And sometimes it's a hard game because the game gives you no board or no purples on the board. But yeah, I like this way more than Zolgoth. It's so much more relaxing. Oh, come on, greens. Where are you? There you are. And it hasn't missed once, which I'm actually finding really surprising. It overkills so hard that I'm pretty sure even lower level players might be able to get away with this. I'm not sure exactly what magic you would need to get away with this at 100% rate, because we definitely are at our stats. But, yeah, you definitely can. This has not failed a single time yet on Explore 12 difficulty. And we have no extra magic bonus right now. We're not even using the extra 4 we could be. Also, I don't even need to cast Thrall. That's kind of funny, too. I think that's the first battle we just did it without casting Thrall a single time. That's not advised, but it is possible. It just takes a billion turns of swiping mana. Luckily, it's not blocked on much. Because it's only blocked on 2 colors. One of those giving you infinite mana when you take it, of course, that being Thrall. Sometimes it just does not want to give you purple. That's more of a Thrall issue than this team issue, though. That's the main thing, keeping Thrall balanced. The board refusing to give you a purple match is the main thing keeping Thrall from being too overpowered. He's balanced by the unluckiness of purple. He's unlike other things that use 2 mana, like Marilith, Angry Mob. Like, you always have a secondary option. Thrall does not, so if there's no purple, you're kind of out of luck. Not much you can do about that. What's kind of funny is sometimes Diamantina will extra turn when the battle's already over, which of course does nothing. Also, you would have to use this team in a kingdom that does not have any revive. Generally, you would play high-level Explorer in a location that already doesn't. But you definitely would want to make sure with this team, because unlike Zolgoth team, you can't clean up a revive that well. So this is definitely more of a camping Explore 12 team. Like, you wouldn't want to run this team around every single location. Because the biggest issue you would end up having is it does not deal with revives that well. Zolgoth can. Like, you can run Zolgoth in every single location, and it can perfectly handle a revive. This team, you would have to get your dragon all the way back up again, which I guess if you have Thral mana wouldn't be as big a deal. But if you don't, would be kind of very problematic. Because you'd have to completely refeed the dragon back up, as if you pretty much just, like, restarted the fight. Whereas with Zolgoth, sometimes he'll just clean up the battle without even needing to cast again. Because the skulls just clean up whatever gets summoned. So this is more so just a sit in one location that does not have any revive kind of team. It's not a run around and take the 20% extra bonus from all the little kingdom thing. Like, for example, like on Zacian, Pan's Veil. There'd be a lot of situations where it'd get revived on and it would just waste too much time. But you can just do it in a kingdom that has no revive and then you never have to deal with it. That's pretty much what we're doing right now. Because nothing has revive in this kingdom. It's never going to happen at any situation. Come on, green, I need you. That's becoming a slight issue as well. Getting the last little bit of green occasionally. No! He mana drained me! What are you supposed to do about that? Aw. How are we supposed to counter a mana drain? I guess we could go to a location that has no mana drain. Hey, this stream needs more likes. Thank you for that, Irondon. Greatly appreciated. Wait, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over, do let me know. But yeah, I guess we'll cover a team. Hopefully tomorrow. You should be able to get it out, ideally. But yeah, we're just going to go over like a billion different Diamantina teams. Maybe like 8, 12, 10. I'm not sure the number yet. Maybe not 12, but some amount. But the whole video is just going to be literally like everything I can come up with Diamantina. Some which we've shown, some which we haven't shown, some which I already saved from earlier, from when we were testing like a couple weeks back with single Diamantina. But yeah, it's just going to be like pretty much just a bunch of Diamantina teams. There's a whole video of different ones. Everything from the world record team to this team to whatever else we come up with in between. This might be my absolute favorite, though. I love this so much. This might be like my new favorite team of all time. And it doesn't even need 2 either. It's only 1. You don't even need a second Diamantina. If there's going to be like a double Diamantina stream, and honestly, double Diamantina is not that good. It just looks like it's good because when it get... Double Diamantina, when it works flawlessly, is absurd. The problem is it almost never works flawlessly. Like, for you to be able to, like, perpetually flawlessly run that requires you to have way more magic than that is realistically possible right now, under most circumstances. Or absurd luck. Or a combination of both. Like, it's just not consistent enough. It's good, but not consistent. And you generally don't want to use teams like that. Which is one issue with a lot of world record teams, too. Like, they're built to get the highest possible time, not the highest possible consistency. Because there's a big difference between a team that can... how much a team farms per hour, and the quickest at which a team can farm. Because the quickest you can win, like, let's say, like 6 battles in a row, is greatly different than the consistency of a team over the course of an entire hour. And of course, the ones you care about the most are the ones that can win consistently over like an hour, 2, 3, X amount of hours. Oh, they finally lived for once. Oh, spell reduction. Wait, this place is spell reduction? Wait. Since when? Wait, Golvania has spell reduction? When did they add a spell reduction troop? And how was that the first one we've seen this entire time? When did that happen? I'm using it wrong? Wait, how on earth are you supposed to use this then? You're supposed to take Thral mana, cast Thral, then win. The problem is there isn't always Thral mana. How else can you use it? You don't give mana to allies, right? When you cast? No. I was thinking like, wait, maybe she can like give Thral mana? When did all this spell reduction just come out of this kingdom? We went so many battles with none, and now we're just finding all of them. Oh, we can just do it in Sword's Edge or somewhere. Oh, Mimic! We haven't seen one of these in a while. You know, I'm confident enough with this team. Let's just go take it against Mimics. Why not? Oh, wait, there's one bad thing that can happen, though. What if they devour the thing? Because they could. It's unlikely, but they could. They can devour Diamantina. It doesn't have immune. Specifically lacks any immunities, actually. It literally has none. It even kills Mimics. Come on, something good, something good. Oh, we got nothing. Well, we'll end on that, I guess. Oh, there we go. I like how it still says question marks because they don't even know when. Which is technically in 2 weeks. Run the team in Dragon's Claw? Wait, we can try in Dragon's Claw real quick. I assume there's no mechanic here. Wait, isn't there revives, though? There's some things that have 25% revive in this kingdom. Do they not appear anymore? Because I know for sure there's some 25% revives here that you might not necessarily want to run this team against. So where are my purple? There we go. We have found purple. Oh, come on. 1 mana short. I don't know. What's special about this kingdom? I thought it has spell reduction and revive. Both 2 mechanics you would generally want to avoid. Like, for example, that spell reduction right there. Oh, no. Am I missing something? Because there's 2 mechanics you would want to try to avoid when doing Explore 12. There's like 2 or 3 troops that have 25% revive. Actually, one of them has like a 50% revive to 1 legend. And they have a few spell reductions. Like, this is the one with 25%. Oh, sorry, I keep clicking on every wrong trait. It's that one right there. Yeah, what's the point of running it here? Because there are multiple things that are actively against you. You weren't able to one-shot this kingdom? Well, probably because it has spell reduction. Like, any spell reduction wouldn't be one-shottable, like this guy. Because you'd want to go to a place that has no 25%... Because those are basically the 2 mechanics you want to avoid. The 25% revivers, or anything even higher than that, obviously. And anything with spell reduction. So any kingdom that doesn't have either would be the ideal ones to go to. Yeah, Volpacia would be pretty good. Volpacia, Sword's Edge, there's probably a few others I'm forgetting. But we can do Volpacia. I'm pretty sure Volpacia has nothing. Much easy way to check. Let's just go check them before we even go in. I'm pretty sure Volpacia has nothing annoying. Let's double check. But that could change over time, obviously, as it gets more troops. But, let's see. You have nothing. I'm going to check literally every single one, just because there's not that many troops in this kingdom. You have nothing. You have, nothing. You have... Nope, spell armor. You'd have to go somewhere else. Let's try Sword's Edge. Isn't Sword's Edge none? Wait, why are you on Explore 6 or 8? Oh, probably because I was messing with it earlier. Let me go run out of it. Oh yeah, Wild Plains would probably work. Let me double check Sword's Edge. Actually, let me just check Wild Plains. Doesn't Wild Plains have like 1 thing that has a revive low? Let me just double check. It's been a while since I've ran Wild Plains on anything that isn't Explore 1. Let me check Sword's Edge. Because, I like keeping that as one of my lower kingdoms, just because it's still one-shottable. Let's see, you have nothing, you have no... Oh, wait, spell armor, though. Ah, gosh. Yeah, let's try Wild Plains. Why does everything have, like, a little bit of spell armor? Let's see. You have nothing. 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 Also nothing. Additional nothing. More nothing. This mana shield, this is nothing. Nothing. Also, most troops from this kingdom came out before spell reduction was even a thing in the game. Nothing. Super nothing. Why are you so bad? Why have they never buffed that legend? It has been so bad for all of time. And it's such a cool premise, but it does, like, nothing. 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 Additionally, nothing. Also nothing. There are a lot more offensive side, too. So a lot of them just don't even have reduction, or if it is, it's like score reduction. But most of them just have more things that make them do more skull damage. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Wait, that's not spout. No, this is the hide thing. That's nothing. Nothing. You just have empower. Nothing. Yep, nothing. Just double checking. Yeah, this place would be perfect then. There's no revive. There's no submerge. There's no spell reduction at all. Yeah, this place would work perfect. I don't even think there's mana drain here, now that I think about it. Yeah, let's just do Wild Plains. Sorry, Wild Plains. I normally do Incineroar Mirage anyways. You're moving to Explore 12 now. Yeah, I might just farm it here. I did not see any threats. Completely zero have been detected. Alright, now we can just run this team here. Or any similar team. And we'll just keep Wild Plains as the one we run on Explore 1, because we do that anyways. The only thing this would slightly ruin is when we have a Vault event. I sometimes use Wild Plains as my backup Explore 1. And if it's not already set to Explore 1, that'd be slightly problematic. Yeah, now there's absolutely nothing that can get in our way. There's a couple kingdoms you could do this in. I forget the whole list these days, but Wild Plains is definitely one of them. I think some Mirages as well. It's one of the reasons I do it on the low-level Explorer, but it's mostly because of the low durability. Though on Explorer 1's a little bit different because a lot of traits don't exist on Explorer 1 compared to higher Explorer levels. Can we please get purple? Thank you. The struggle of getting a purple gem. What's even worse is when we have to take a green afterwards. No! Wait, there is one mechanic. Wait, hold up. There is one mechanic of contention here. If we somehow take a billion turns, they do have shuffle. Oh no. Realistically, that's almost never going to happen. But it could. They do have a couple move your position mechanics. Which is exceedingly... Oh no. This might not be a nothing kingdom. No! They do have things... Oh gosh. You even got to go to somewhere that doesn't have shuffle. That normally wouldn't be an issue for an average team. But for Empress, that is actually very problematic. Because of course you're not buffing the last slot anymore. An average team that's set up like this, it wouldn't matter at all. But because this is Empress team, our position actually does matter. So if they do that to us, that is exceedingly problematic. Ah, we might need to go lucky again. Oh no, let's just do it in Cinemirage. What can possibly go wrong in Cinemirage? It seems like a place that should have Revive, but I'm pretty sure it has no Revive. I believe it has no spell reduction. It has some of the lowest durability of any kingdom. Otherwise, there's no problems in this kingdom. From a traits perspective, there isn't. Apparently, from a cast perspective, there is. If they get up quick enough. How often could that possibly happen, though? It's mostly just when this team falls very far behind, at which point you'd probably just restart the battle anyways. That'd be problematic if we were doing it at a higher rarity, though. Like, if that ends up happening on, like, the final battle, where you can't really retreat from, that'd be super problematic. Every day we're shuffling. That's just an old song. Still stuck in my head now, though. I think we'll end it here, though. Oh, come on! What? Wait. Oh, that had to have been the boss slayer. Wait, no, it wasn't. What just killed us? Wait, I'm very confused. How do we just die? Oh, it had to have been Ketris. You have that much damage? How? Ketris has that much damage on Max Explorer? Wait, hold up. I know Ketris is a lot of damage, but he actually has that much on Explore 12? 195. 40. Yeah, that's barely enough to kill. Wow. Well, this place isn't that safe, is it? Back to Explore 1 you go. What on earth? I guess we could do it in Cinemirage or something, but I don't want to do it that way. I'll just head over to Sword's Edge or something. It wouldn't matter too much where we showed for the video, so wherever we click, hopefully it'll just get it first try. But come on. Would Forest of Thorns work? Probably. I think there's like there's like two things that have like that weird 25% revive though. Like you would definitely want to avoid any place that has Submerge or Revive. Even if it's only 25% chance, and Forest of Thorns does. Like, I'd rather deal with ability that's occasionally annoying than a 25% revive. That 1 out of 4 times basically restarts the fight. I don't know, there's a lot of things that can happen in various locations. Kedar also has 25% revives. I believe Cinemirage is safe. Though I don't want to set it to anything that isn't Explore 1. I'm pretty sure Cinemirage has no weird mechanic. Even though it seems like a place that should have Revive on Death, I don't believe there's a single thing because they all have those Explode traits instead. And I don't believe any of them have Spell Reduction, or if it is, it's only like one of them. Because you don't. They do have that annoying slowdown, Explode at start of fight. It's not that much slowdown compared to at a start of battle. Like, it slows it down slightly, but it's not that bad. Like, it wastes like maybe 1 second every fight. Oh no, it does have Spell Reduction. Gosh! Does every kingdom just have like a mini counter now? Like, it's not that big a deal. But every single place has like that one. Let's just head back to Golvania at this point. I just hope we don't get like the 2 spell reduction things, because they don't seem that common here. The scene was going so well, and it's like, apparently there's a billion counters everywhere. But no, it works most of the time, and that's all I need. Every team will eventually have that mini fail. But I don't know, I'm fine just doing Golvania or something. There's very few threats there. There's a couple locations like that. Shentang, I believe, has 2 25% reductions. There's a lot of places where we're just going to have to do it like that. Like, 1 or 2 reductions isn't that bad, as long as it's not, like, Revive or anything. Shentang. I could have sworn this place has a couple troops with spell reduction. Doesn't it? Oh, I thought it did. It seems like a location that should. Does it actually not have any? I always used to think this place had at least a couple of them. Like, I think Moonrabbit does, yeah. The bunny does. Plus it's Empower, which gets annoying. You generally want to avoid Empowers on turn 1 as well. Wait, isn't that 40% spell? No, that's score reduction. Yeah, bunny is going to be the most annoying thing. Not only is it Empower, but spell reduction Empower. Meaning not only do you not kill it, but also waste your time after you don't kill it. Yeah, there's another with spell armor. Gosh, have they added spell armor to like every kingdom now? Sure feels like it. Because it's like 2 or 3 from that location. Plus they have a spell reduction in power, which you very much want to avoid. And powers in general, you generally do not want to run quick kill teams on, if you can help it, unless you're like 20% chasing. Just because they take a few extra seconds every single time they cast, plus they might extra turn for their own team. Like, they can end up wasting like 10, 20 seconds, maybe like 10. And 20 is a bit of an over-exaggeration. They could definitely end up wasting a good several seconds. So hello, London. Hello, McDoubleDad. Welcome, welcome. Anyways, guys, any other questions? Otherwise, I think we might be ending for now, as we've gone for 2 hours tonight. I didn't realize we'd go so long. Gosh, that means we did like 1 hour of just Diamantina builds tonight. But if I have time tomorrow, which I should hopefully, I will hopefully get a Diamantina video out. Going over single Diamantina teams, double Diamantina teams, various strategy, you know, the whole 5 miles for it. And then we officially have every mythic in the game. So you know what that means? Mythic tier list soon, TM. Eventually. At some point. Hopefully this weekend. By this weekend. Not exactly on the weekend, but hopefully soon. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. And we will be messing around with... we got a little pet event. Actually, it's kind of funny. The pet event that we have tomorrow, I actually got a copy of today. I forget if I bought it yet, though. The daily deals... Oh, yeah, I didn't. We have this little bird, because I don't have it maxed. So, it keeps giving me an offer for the bird. And we also have the pet event tomorrow. Hey, perfect timing tribute. That just paid for our bird. Or half paid for our bird. The other half will come in an hour. But anyways, guys, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always. And we'll get copies of that bird for free. Without spending any resources off the event. And I'm going to save that probably for the video. So we probably won't even do that on stream. Because I want to save it to show the Diamantina team on a pet battle. And I'll need that pet battle for that. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.